What if I told you that the secret to building instant authority isn't about being the smartest person in the room, but about something Coca-Cola taught me during the share owners convention that we produced in New York City? I spent 30 years producing award-winning events for companies like Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson Pharmaceuticals, American Express, Visa, Merrill Lynch, and there's one strategy that they all use that small business owners completely ignore. I'm about to share the exact experience-driven authority. It's a method that made me one of the top event planners in Houston, Texas, within 3 years, and how you can use it to become the go-to expert in your industry, even if you're starting from scratch. Let me let you in on a little-known truth. Fortune 500 companies don't just sell products, they design experiences. Think about it. When you walk into an Apple store, you're not just buying a device, you're touching, testing, feeling the future. That's not by accident. That's intentional. It's intentional experience architecture, and it's the secret to how the world's most powerful brands build loyalty, buzz, and authority. But this isn't just corporate strategy, this is personal for me. You see, years ago, I was hired to plan an event for a family of 4 kids and a new widow. They had a tight budget, they just lost their dad and husband, and it was in a bland religious reception hall. You know the type, folding chairs, fluorescent lights, zero atmosphere, all beige. But instead of settling, I envisioned something else. I transformed that space into a tropical oasis, complete with lush greenery, vibrant linens, ambient lighting, birds flying above, the sounds of birds, tiki bars, steel drums playing in the background. People walked in and couldn't believe where they were. That moment, that was more than decor. It was proof of expertise. You see, anyone can post content or call themselves an expert, especially in this day and age of AI, but not everyone can make people feel something. Authority isn't declared, it's experienced. You don't have to convince people that you're great when they experience your brilliance firsthand. It's obvious. That's the power of experiential authority. Let's fast forward to one of the most unforgettable events I produced, a celebrity bus tour that featured names like Ivana Trump, Al Roker, former Mayor Ed Koch. Each celebrity on the tour didn't just show up and speak. We worked with them to customize their talks based on personal stories tied to each city as the bus was driving through the city. It wasn't just a talk, not at all. In fact, it was a journey. At every stop, the audience wasn't just listening, they were emotionally invested because they were being brought into the story as they were driving by. And this was a surprise. The celebrity got on in the middle of the city onto the bus. And I will never forget this because after a long day on one of the tours, Ivana Trump turns to me on the bus and said, "Did I do okay?" It was so human, so real. That moment showed me something critical. Vulnerability builds connection no matter who you are. Even celebrities and icons, those with fame and media polish, St. John's suits, and Mickey Moto pearls need feedback and connection. And when you build events around real stories and real emotions, you create an experience that people remember forever. In fact, I remember that story, and that was a long time ago. That's what creates instant credibility. Because when your audience sees you guide others through transformation, they trust you to guide them too. So how do you do this? How do you take what you know, what you lived, and turn it into something people will pay to experience? It starts with signature experiences. These aren't just meetups or masterclasses, they are immersive, branded moments that position you as the expert in the room. The transformation begins the moment someone walks in or logs in or registers. And here's the kicker. You don't need it all figured out before you sell it. In fact, some of the most successful launches I've had were sold before the venue was booked. Why? Because we were selling the transformation, not the timeline. 65% of people say they'd rather learn about a service through a live experience than a digital ad, or even worse, a cold email. That means if you're not hosting events, retreats, and activations, even virtually, you're leaving influence and income on the table. I've helped clients host one single event and walk away with over $500,000 in business. Not from ticket sales. That's the challenge. People think it's from ticket sales, but it's not. It's from strategic positioning, upsells, follow-ups, and partnerships forged in the room. That's where the action comes in. And this is more than an event. This is how you build a brand. This is how you build something that people believe in, that they book, that they brag about, that they talk about when you're not in the room. The Fortune 500 companies know something most entrepreneurs don't. Authority isn't built through content alone. It's built through unforgettable experiences that position you as the obvious choice. If you want to stop competing on price and start commanding premium fees that you deserve, like the big companies do, go to samarabeth.com and download my brand experience blueprint and check out the experiential branding. You'll get the exact Fortune 500 strategies for creating authority through experiences, plus my signature event planning templates that drive real results. Don't forget to subscribe for more behind the scenes secrets from 30 years of working with the world's biggest brands. And check out this video right here where I reveal how one networking mistake is keeping 95% of experts invisible. Hit subscribe now and hit that notification bell. Looking forward to seeing you at samarabeth.com.